All right. Zoom is pretty cool, you gotta admit it. All right, so prepping for 2017, what do you need to be doing right now? I'm Lisa Mohaje, and this is the every other Tuesday night team training. And I always just kind of like to start out with some team news. We do have our big team challenge group that starts next week, October 3rd, called Goals for Ghouls. So hopefully you guys have been way well in advance preparing for that and inviting and getting people ready to go before Monday. I will have that group page set up here pretty quick. If you don't have people to add, you know what? Add yourself. Add yourself and make a commitment to being the very best challenger in that group. Make sure that you're participating and that you're following the rules, because if you're not following the rules, your participants aren't going to follow the rules. So make sure that when you sign up for one of our team challenge groups that you guys are participating. Our Tackle Your Fitness Challenge group, we have like 100 people in there right now, and we have about 10 people that are actively participating. So I want you guys to be the very best challengers in that challenge group so that you can start working on your own transformation. We're going to talk about all of that here in just a second. Like I said, every other Tuesday, we do a business. You'll hear me say BizOp a lot. That's business opportunity. We do them in different forms. So next week, we are going to be switching it up a little bit. We're going to be hosting it in a private group page, and we're going to call it Beachbody from the Heart. And I have a few of our top coaches on the team that are going to be sharing from the heart. So it's not going to be like formal. We're not going to talk about, you know, statistics or numbers or anything like that, but it's just going to be straight up how, you know, Beachbody has changed their lives and, you know, where they were before, where they are now, and how this has impacted them. So it's going to be something that you definitely are going to want to invite people to. So get that list of names out and start inviting right away. I'm excited for it because it is a little bit of a different format than what we've done in the past. And then just a heads up, our free clean eating group is going to be the crock pot clean eating version, and that's going to start on October 10th. And then just a couple of bigger events to have in mind. Super Saturday is October 29th. This is a national event that takes place all over the United States and Canada every quarter. So it's an event that you want to get to because you're going to come together with other coaches. You're going to be inspired. You're going to catch that energy. You're going to hear all of the news, things that are coming out of the leadership event that's the week before. And there's usually like a live workout, and you just want to be in the know. Like, this is your business. You want to get plugged in. You want to stay connected to what's happening in your business. So make sure that you get to an event. If you're anywhere near Richmond, Virginia, Paj and I are flying there. I've been asked to be a guest speaker. So I would love to see as many of you guys there as possible. I'm really excited for that. And then the other thing is our big event, Coach Summit 2017, is going to be in New Orleans, and make sure that you get your tickets now. So make that commitment to be there. It's in July. I can't remember the exact dates. I meant to put those on here and I didn't, but you can go to coachsummit.com. Get your tickets right now. Make the commitment to being here. Start saving $20, $30 a week, whatever it is. So when that day comes, you're not left saying, I don't have any money. And I totally get it. I've been there before, but if you start now, start saving now, when that date rolls around, you're going to be good to go. You're going to be able to go and enjoy yourself and have a great time. You'll work out with the trainers. You'll meet the team. You're going to get trainings. There'll be parties. We are going to arrange some kind of a ghost tour or something for the team. So we're going to get a bus, and everyone's going to just come together and have fun. And I can't wait to see everyone. So that's it for the team news. And then on to tonight's topic, and that is prepping for 2017. And why is it so important to start planning now? I mean, it's the very end of September. We're not even in the fourth quarter yet, but it's next week is the fourth quarter. Actually, this Friday is the fourth quarter. So it's really important that you start planning now, because people are Weight Watchers. and they want to know, I'm gonna read that. Somebody just hopped on and there's a bunch of background noise. That's okay. If you
You need to
happen to
connect
hop
stable something if you write on stable, stable setting.
If you just happen to hop on late, could you mute your line? Because we can hear you talking. I don't know who that is. But people are Weight Watchers, and they want to know that you're legit. They want to know that you're not just signing up, that this is a fad, and that you're going to quit. So make sure that you are legit, that you are committed to doing this. They want to know that you can help them. So we're going to talk about all of this in just a little bit more detail. And then many people are going to put off until the new year, right? I think we're all guilty of saying, oh, my New Year's resolution, January 1st, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. But people are watching you. And when that date comes, as long as you stay consistent through this period, they're immediately going to think, oh, I'm going to contact Brandy, or, oh, Katie, I know Katie has this going on, or Jacqueline's been doing, Jacqueline looks awesome. I don't know what she's doing, but I'm going to ask her and see if she can help me. And then, of course, if you're aiming for elite or premier in 2017, then you need to build hardcore now. And so we're going to talk about all of that. I know we've got some new coaches on here, and for some of you guys, you're like, what are you talking about? Elite what? So I'm glad that you're on, because this is what we're going to go through. So my very first thing is just position yourself as the unofficial expert. So we right now have 3 major holidays coming up. How can you add value to your prospects, to your audience? This is a really challenging time. I meant to look up the statistic for weight gain through these 3 holidays, because we have Halloween where there's candy galore. We have Thanksgiving where there's like a week of eating pumpkin pie and turkey and dressing and all of that really good stuff. And then there's Christmas, and it's like those 3 months are kind of a bit of a blur for a lot of people. So how can you position yourself as the unofficial expert, providing them tips? So whether you are going to choose your format, your platform. So when I say platform, I'm talking about your social media platform. And for me, Facebook has been my platform for 7 years. I love Facebook. I've dabbled in Instagram. I've dabbled in Twitter. I've dabbled in YouTube, and they all work. But until you've mastered one, you can't really put your focus into another one. So figure it out. Is it going to be Facebook? Where is your audience at? Do they like Facebook live streams? Is it going to be creating a free blog on WordPress.com or Blogger? You guys can somebody messaged me today that's interested in being a coach, want to know how much is it to set up a website. I'm like, well, it's free. So you can go to WordPress.com. You can go to Blogger. There's lots of other ones out there. So maybe it's a blog. Maybe it's just your regular Facebook page. Maybe you're going to start a YouTube channel, which all of you guys should. I really encourage you guys to have a YouTube channel. This season is the best season for vendors shows and craft shows. So Paj and I are actually setting up a table at Pottery Barn this Saturday at one of the biggest malls here in Atlanta. This Pottery Barn, I'm totally going off subject, but this Pottery Barn is 2 stories. Like, they have this grand staircase in the middle. It's huge. And so I was following Pottery Barn, Lenox Mall, on Instagram, and I saw that they kept posting about these local vendors. And so Paj and I were in there one day, and we just happened to know a couple people that work there, the manager, of course, and then someone else. And I was just asking her about the vendor that was coming in, just kind of making small chit chat. And then it clicked. I was like, well, maybe we could set up a table there. And so she's like, yeah, go talk to the manager, which we know the manager. And she's like, yeah, I don't see why not. And so she's even getting us like a blender from Williams-Sonoma, because those stores are connected, things like that. So anyway, vendors and craft shows. A lot of schools are going to have, vendor shows. They're going to have health fairs. They're going to have, holiday bazaars. You can set up a table there for like $20. Like, if it's over $50 or anything like that, I would maybe say go in with a couple other coaches or things like that. But it's definitely another way to connect with new people. And then as far as, really just adding value, through this holiday season is when parents fall off track with their nutrition. They are stressed because they are trying to get everything together, getting those Halloween costumes, Halloween parties, Thanksgiving dinner. You guys know because you're doing the exact same thing. So start thinking about how can you help people? Tips to stay on track, healthy recipes. Maybe it's healthy Thanksgiving treats. Share your own personal experience. How are you staying on track throughout this season? Time management. How can parents manage their stress through this season? And budget-friendly ideas. That's a really, really good way that people are interested in, right? People are interested in how to plan a budget-friendly Thanksgiving meal. I mean, it's expensive to have a Thanksgiving dinner. I can remember bouncing a check just so I can invite family over to eat Thanksgiving dinner. So if you can help someone plan like a Thanksgiving dinner on a budget, and you guys don't even have to come up with anything, there's this magical site called Google. All you have to do is Google whatever it is that you're interested in sharing, and then just share it. So how can you add value over the next 3 months? The unofficial expert continued means creating your transformation. So like I said, people are watching you right now. They want to know, are you in it to win it? Are you going to quit? Is this going to give you real results? So right now, if you don't have a transformation story, it's okay because you have 3 months. You have 90 days to get your personal transformation story before the new year hits, because that's what you want. So make sure that you choose a specific program and follow it. I am one of those people that was guilty of, doing Turbo Fire one day and doing Insanity the next day and then not doing anything and then doing, whatever. And it wasn't until I followed a specific program that I got real results. I took my before pictures, I took my after pictures, I did my measurements, I did everything. I've followed the 21-day fix to a T, and that's actually the program that I was chosen for the infomercial. So it works. Choose a specific program and follow it. I know a lot of times this is repetitive, but it's still not sinking in. Take your before and after photos, you guys. And if you don't have anyone to take them for you, I don't know if you can see me or not. I don't know if you guys can see me, but you can get a tripod at Target for like $12. Like, get a tripod. Set your phone up, prop it up on books, whatever you have to do. There's a timer app. So you want to make sure whenever you're doing your before and after photos that it tries to be the closest angle as possible. So as you can see my pictures here, those are the same angles. Those are 3 weeks apart. I did have Podge take these for me, but like for the 21-day fix infomercial, I didn't have a tripod. I stacked my phone up on books on a step ladder and I used the timer. So make sure that you take real pictures. Make sure that you use an outfit that's appropriate, something that you're going to be proud to share because this represents your business. So I always like to use the same outfit, my before and my after pictures. I don't think that that's really necessary, but I just like it because it just makes it more real, I feel like. But you want the front version, the side, and then what Beachbody requires is the quarter turn, which I did the back because I was really focusing on back fat during the 21-day cleanse results. So make sure that you have good pictures because this is gold. Gold, you guys, for your business. When I finished the Ultimate Reset, my recruiting, my Success Club, everything went through the roof because of my transformation pictures. So make sure that you guys take that serious. I know that it's so scary to post those pictures, but it's so worth it. And you guys are on here because you want to help people, you want to inspire people, you want to change lives, and you want to change your own life and your future. So if you're serious about all of that and your business, do it. send it to your coach. I've started asking people to send me their before pictures just so I can see, hey, is your face in it? Is it, just half of your body? No, we want full body shots, and just hide them away. Use it as your motivation. When I did my 21-day fix before pictures, I took it on Valentine's Day, and I cried. I was like, oh my gosh. So just use those pictures as your own personal motivation. Okay. And for me also, like when I did the 21-day fix, I was really discouraged with my results. I only lost 6 pounds. I hadn't taken my after measurements yet, but it wasn't until I put the pictures side by side that I was like, oh, wow, like I did that. Like this is something that I can be proud of. So sometimes you don't realize how amazing you did. Like Tracy just finished 21-day fix extreme. And I think we're all like this. We all feel like, oh, I didn't really do that great. I don't want to share these. Like, is this good enough? But your pictures are amazing. So make sure that you guys are doing that. Take it serious, and just do it. And then while you're making yourself the unofficial expert, you're sharing your personal experience along the way. So I posted a little picture of a journal here because think of your posts as a journal. So whether you're going to be sharing your experience on Facebook or Facebook Live video or a blog or YouTube, think about what you would write in your own personal journal. Today I was really tired. I didn't want to work out. I was so sore from my workouts yesterday. But after I pushed play, I felt so much better. I have so much energy and I'm ready to tackle the day. Or I can't believe how much food I get to eat with this program. Like, I'm eating all of this yummy food that even my kids like to eat. Whatever. You're sharing your own personal experience. Like, you got to think about it as you're taking people on a ride. You're taking people on the journey with you. So make sure that you're digging in a little bit deeper, talking about how you feel and how is the program making you feel and how is it changing your life? How is it changing your self-esteem? How do you feel about yourself, your energy level, all of that, because that's what all of us ladies are dealing with right now. And so that's how you're going to inspire and motivate people, is by sharing your own personal experience. Creating testimonials through your challengers. You guys know that I've been in this business for 7 years. So when I first started, we didn't have challenge packs. We didn't have challenge groups. And I was a little bit stubborn on doing the challenge groups because I had already built a 6-figure business without them. I didn't want to do them. They weren't fun to me. And it wasn't until January of this year that I started consistently doing challenge groups the first Monday of every single month. And I started collecting testimonials from my challengers because, again, it all goes back to your prospects. It goes back to your friends, your families, the people that are watching you. They want to know, is this working and is it going to work for them? So this business is built on helping others. So do it. Hold them accountable in the challenge groups. Don't just add them and disappear, you guys. You have to be in the challenge groups. You have to actively be doing it. It's like you got to walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk. So make sure that you're holding them accountable. Like in our challenge group, we have people post their daily food intake. If we have people that are posting foods that are like really bad, I'm going to call them out because I'm not doing them any justice. I'm not helping them if they're driving through eating cheeseburgers and french fries every day or eating pizza or hot wings or whatever, because sometimes people really don't know. They don't know that those things are bad for them. And I know that it sounds crazy, but I'll never forget one of my first challengers. I asked her what she ate, and she's like, well, I had fried chicken and macaroni and cheese. And I was like, okay, and you're expecting to lose weight? That's what I was thinking in my mind. So a lot of times people don't know. And so you have to take yourself back to that beginning phase of when you were first trying to lose weight. This is all new. And it's new for them. And maybe you've kind of gotten it figured out. And you just have to take yourself back, have a little bit of empathy, and think back to what it was like when you first started your fitness journey. Maybe you're just started your fitness journey now, but just think back to how they might be feeling and just hold them accountable. Let them know, hey, I'm here for you. Check in. If you don't hear from them, check in. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing with your workouts? Things like that. So you're gathering testimonials so that you can share it, so that others can see that what you're doing here really works, that you can help them too. And these are just a couple of testimonials that I had collected, I think back in earlier in the spring. But these are things that you can share with people. You can share in your posts. And remember, you're giving people recognition, and you're at the same time, you're making them feel good, and at the same time, you're letting others know that, okay, well, maybe I can do this too. So start creating testimonials through your challengers. Plan to attend events in 2017. You guys, I built my business on events. So whether it was a local event or an event that I had to drive my clunker to, I went to events because that's what fueled my fire. That's what I needed to learn and grow from. And I know Dina actually posted this picture in her team page this morning, and I thought it was awesome. You need to learn before you can earn. And it's so true. Like, this business, if you're a newer coach, you have to, it's like you've just started a new profession, as if you were a dentist. And you can't sit in a dentist position and walk in and know how to pull someone's teeth. You have to learn how to do that. Same thing with McDonald's. Like, you got to learn how to do those things. So same thing here. So plan to attend events in 2017. Again, we already talked about Coach Summit. We talked about National Super Saturday. But what I want to talk to you about also is non-Beachbody events. So when I first started, I went to a ton of Chalene Johnson events. Paj and I are going to see Tony Robbins for the first time in November. Just some other examples would be John Maxwell or Eric Worre, who's the author of GoPro in network marketing. So make it a priority to search out these motivational speakers and what type of events they have and where are they and how are you going to get there. Don't wait until the last minute. That's what we're doing. We're planning for 2017. So even if it's November of 2017, you want to go see Tony Robbins in Orlando, perfect. Put it on your calendar. Make plans now so that you can attend. Shalene's events are always in California. And I know the others pretty much travel other places. And these are just some of the speakers that came to my mind. There's others that, you could definitely attend. Maybe there's a local, networking event in your area. So if you don't want to travel, if for whatever reason you absolutely can't, start looking for events that are in your area. But make it a commitment to attend your Beachbody events. And on top of that, attend at least one non-Beachbody event. And I want to know, which one are you going to go to? Look at these speakers. Find who you connect with how they speak, and get to one. All right, so recruiting season starts now. And this is going to be for some of you guys that are a little bit more seasoned coaches. You've already heard the terms elite coach, premier coach. So a lot of times we start thinking 2017, okay, I'm going to hit elite this year. So I'm not going to go into a training on what those two things are. I'm going to give you a little bit of a brief overview. Elite and premier coaches are basically, it's a recognition thing. So when you're able to say, I'm on an elite team or I'm an elite coach, people really look up to you for that. You get really cool recognition at Beachbody events. So you also get a lot of your trips covered for. You get like a private party like before Summit. They give you all kinds of cool gifts. You get special seating at events. You get sneak peek sneak peeks at the workouts. Like right now, all of the elite coaches have access to the new Core de Force coming out. So you get a lot of, I don't know, just cool things. So being an elite and premier coach also means that you've built a successful business, that you've helped a lot of people. So one of the things that you need to qualify as those coaches are based on your personally sponsored coaches that are hitting Success Club, and their volume. So the way that it works is you only get credit for the coaches that are the year before and the year of. So in 2017, if you're going for that recognition, you're going to want your 2016 coaches and your 2017 coaches ready to run. Because when they hit Success Club, you get elite points. When their volume grows, you get elite points. It's proof that you are helping your team grow. So we all know that it takes time to figure out how this business works. Like for the majority of us, we didn't hit the ground running. Like you got to figure out what is all of this. So get people started now. So they have October, November, December to start getting their feet wet, to start figuring out what this is all about. So when January hits, they're ready to run. So don't wait until the new year to start recruiting. Now is the time to ramp up your recruiting. So you want people on board and ready to run by January 1st. When that New Year's wave comes rushing in, you want new coaches that have their success story, that are already walking the walk and are talking the talk. So how are you going to start recruiting right now? So I want to talk just really briefly on sharing your story, being real, being vulnerable. So you don't have to be making a ton of money or have a crazy success story right now. This business is about being you and being relatable. So for me, like I just shared a post right before this call, and I talked about, God had different plans for my life than what I thought. When I was younger, I kind of wanted to work in a zoo. I loved lions and I loved whales and things like that. So I don't know. Then when I got closer to, getting out of high school, I kind of settled on maybe becoming a dental hygienist, but that wasn't God's plan for me. I was 20 years old. I was blessed with a beautiful daughter. And so my life took a different course than what I had planned. So that's me being relatable to people. That's me being vulnerable, talking about things that maybe most people don't want to talk about, right? So the thing that you really don't want to talk about is typically the thing that people can relate to. So I want you guys, this is kind of one of your action items tonight. I want you to create an actual timeline. Literally from the time that you were born until right now. And I want you to really think about what are the things that you've experienced? What have you overcome? What have you learned? And then I want you to just kind of start sharing those pieces of the breadcrumbs, because a lot of times people are like, well, I don't really have anything to share. I wasn't a single mom. I didn't go through bankruptcy. That's okay, because I know you went through something. Like nobody's life is perfect. Even if it was something from middle school. I was on a call with someone else today, and she said that she was actually a bully. She turned into a bully, and because of her bullying this girl, she was the reason this girl attempted suicide. So she shared, her dad got cancer when she was younger, and her brother was on drugs. And, so she has this timeline of every single thing that happened in her life that was significant. With this business, people relate to people who have overcome something. And again, those are the things that we typically don't want to share. Jacqueline is our diamond of the week, and she shared her story yesterday, and she talked about her husband was addicted to drugs and alcohol at one point in their life. That's not something that people typically want to talk about, but those things have happened in our life for a reason. They've happened to us for a reason so that we can help other people. Oddly enough, I had this girl that I met through a new vegan page. I joined a new vegan group, and this girl liked my post in there, so I sent her a friend request, and she's messaging me, and we started talking about self-harm. Well, I've dealt with self-harm from my daughter. So it's about being relatable to people. And, when you go through something in your life like that, it's because you're going to be able to share it with others, and you're going to be able to give them hope that, Brandy got through this, and I know I can get through this too. Brandy's daughter, little baby girl, has had 3 or 4 surgeries now, and I see her being a strong mom, and she's still taking care of herself. I can do this too. So think back over your life and start creating a timeline from the time you were born and the time until now. For me, I can put on there that I lost my job. I can put on there when I had a miscarriage. I can put on there when I filed for bankruptcy. I can put on there when I moved to Georgia. I can put on there, when Tira did start her self-harm and was in and out of the hospital. You guys have things in your life that you have been through and that you've overcome, and what is the lesson that you've learned? And start sharing it. Start being real, being vulnerable, and just sharing your story. So it doesn't even have to be Beachbody related. So some examples of how to promote the business in posts. On the Platinum Dynasty Facebook page, if you click on the photos and click on albums, I actually have a whole photo album here of examples, and I don't think most people even know it's there. But if you click on those pictures, the text that they've used are there. So a lot of times that's the biggest thing is, how do I get started with a post? Look through these, don't copy and paste, but definitely use them as an example to get started, to get an idea of what type of posts that you can share. So again, this is on the Platinum Dynasty page on the Facebook group. Click on the photos, click on albums, and click on examples. But you always want to be sharing your story. Remember, it's just that little breadcrumb. So whatever piece of that timeline that you want to share it and put it out there. Like, you want people to be able to connect with you. You don't want people to just feel like you're just trying to recruit people. You're just trying to, sell something. You want to be relatable. And that is scary. It is. So, if you're needing a little confidence, tag some people on the team so that we can go give you that confidence and we can give you feedback. And then all of your people are going to see other people that are supporting you. And most people don't have that. They don't have that support system. So check out those examples. I highly recommend that you start posting these 2 to 3 times a week. Prime time for you to post Sunday, Monday, evenings, 8 p.m. For me, those are prime time. Noon is usually a good time. I don't know why, but Wednesday, Thursday, my audience tends to die down. Friday nights, the audience is back up. So definitely kind of start to figure out what is it that your audience likes. Start paying attention to what are people liking, at what times are they liking it, and who is liking it. Start paying really close example to that. So just a few top recruiting tips that I have for you guys. This is a business built on friendship. And I think a lot of times we make it so much more difficult than what it is. And for me, when I first started, I was so afraid of what people thought. I didn't know what to say to people. So I became a really good listener. I just listened to what people were saying. And that is being a really good friend. So just remember to be a friend first. It doesn't always have to be about Beachbody. Help others and expect nothing in return. Last 2 weeks ago, I can't remember when the last training was, that we did the 7-step funnel system, but make sure you review that. We went through step 1, step 2, step 3, all the way to step 7 of the funnel system, because a lot of times it's like, well, when do I pop that big question of, have you ever considered doing what I do? So make sure that you go back and review that 7-step funnel system. And when should you ask them that question? And what do you need to do before? Because there is a process. So make sure that you go back to it. Make sure that you keep it simple. Don't overload them with tons of information in and I'm talking about your behind the scenes messages, because that's where the action happens. The action happens in your private messages. So keep it simple. You're going to keep it about them. You're going to ask them questions. When you get to the point where you're going to ask that question, you pop that big question. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Have you ever considered joining my challenge group? When they say yes, ask them, if I sent you a short video, would you be willing to watch it? They're going to say yes. Great. When do you think you can watch it? I can't wait to hear what you like best. Keep it simple. Don't vomit at the mouth or whatever that horrible saying is. Keep it very simple. And talk as if you're just talking to your best friend. You're talking to your girlfriend. Don't try to sound super professional or anything like that if that's not you. So keep it simple. Don't assume that money is an issue. I hear so many people say, well, I don't think she's going to sign up because she doesn't have any money. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that, and then the person signs up with like the Big Mac Daddy Challenge Pack. So don't assume that money is an issue for them, because maybe they do watch their money, maybe they are on a budget, but maybe they're willing to invest in their health. Like maybe they're at that point where they're serious about getting healthy and getting fit, and maybe they're serious about making a six-figure income, and they need this challenge pack to get started. So don't assume that money is an issue with them, and then really just guide them through the process. When you get to the point where they're ready to sign up, awesome. Welcome to the team. I'm so excited to have you on board. You're going to go to my website, and it's going to walk you through all the steps. Just click on Coach. At the end, it's going to offer you the challenge pack. This is your very best deal because you're going to get your choice of workout I always say this is your very best deal because you're going to get everything that you need to succeed. And hopefully you guys believe that with all of your heart. They need to set themselves up for success. And if they sign up for the $40 coaching fee, okay, great, they have a coach account, but they haven't invested in anything. They don't have any products. They don't have a program to truly get started. So believe in that challenge pack. Walk them through that process. Tell them you're going to get your choice of workout program. You're going to get your 30 Shakeology meals. You're going to get your free Beachbody on-demand trial, which is amazing. Like really build it up. Create that value. And you can even sign up as a coach for free with the challenge pack. Let me know when you do so that I can make sure it's processed properly. That's something that I've been adding in a lot for multiple reasons. Number one, it just lets me know when are they going to sign up. And number two, it's also good to know if they say, oh, great, I'm going to sign up tonight at 5 p.m. or I just signed up, and you don't get that notification, you're not seeing them in the back office, then something's wrong. They may have had an account linked to another coach in the past, so you just need to get their order number, get their email address, contact Beachbody, get them switched over to you. You only have 48 hours, you guys, to do that. So it's really important to stay on top of that. But just welcome to the team. Walk them through that process. Don't make it difficult. And really and truly, you guys, the biggest tip is that consistency is the secret sauce. Like I see people give up right when the magic is about to happen. Like they're sitting there, they're pumping that water well, right? They're pumping and pumping and pumping. Right when the water's ready to just pour out, they leave, they quit. And then the water goes back down. Same thing when you're planting your garden, right? You're planting these seeds and, you're taking care of it. And then maybe you're not getting, your flower garden as fast as you want. So you stop taking care of it. You stop watering it and those flowers die. Same thing with this business, you guys. It doesn't happen overnight. I will be the first to admit that. I was a coach for 4 months before I went Emerald. I didn't go Emerald overnight. I think in that first 4 months, I don't know, I earned maybe $150. So I didn't earn a lot of money right out of the gate. I mean, I had to learn what I was doing. I had to figure out what my niche was, like what this was all about. So consistency is the secret sauce. People very, very rarely sign up immediately. Like you ask them, hey, have you ever considered doing what I do? Yeah, I have. How do I get signed up? It's very rare that people do that. Sometimes it's years. I mean, I've been a coach for 7 years, and I've had people that I talked to like 4 years ago come to me and they're like, okay, I'm ready to sign up. So you just don't know what's going on in that person's life at that time. When is the right time for them to sign up? Because if someone is going through like traumatic events in their life and they're just literally not ready to get signed up, you don't want to force them because they're not ready. They're not in the right mindset. They're not in the right place in their life to do this. So you just keep talking to more people. You just stay consistent with your workouts, with your own personal transformation, with your own personal development by attending events. That you just keep going. You put your blinders on, you focus on your goals, why you got in this to begin with, and you just keep going. And then really, you guys, lastly, is just deciding what do you really want in 2017. Like I said, this business isn't going to happen overnight. If you jump out of a plane, your parachute doesn't open up right away after you jump. It's going to be really, really hard. It's really, really scary in this business sometimes, but it's so worth it. Like, this business is life changing. You guys, if you don't know my story, 7 years ago, I was sleeping on the floor, a mattress on the floor in a dingy, dark, gross apartment, and here I am today, a member of the Millions Club. It's so worth it. It's life-changing to grow as a person, to have self-confidence, to feel good about yourself. I mean, so many times in my life, I thought I just hated myself. I hated who I was. But this business has given me a passion. It's given me my purpose. It's given me hope. It's just changed my life. And it's going to change your life too if you stop letting fear of failure, if you stop letting fear of non-acceptance, the fear that maybe you're not good enough or you don't deserve this business, or the fear of what am I going to do when I sign people up? What if I'm not going to be a good leader? What is really stopping you from the things that you really want out of this business? And if you guys quit, it's never going to happen. If you quit, you will never see those things that you really, truly want, whether it's to be at home with your kids. I love seeing Jacqueline's post about, how she's there for her kids. When Tiara was little, I worked. I didn't retire from my full-time job until she was in 8th grade. So when she was sick, I wasn't there. I would have to call in for work, or she would stay home with grandma or whatever. I wasn't there for her, so I missed out on that. So whatever it is that you really want, if you want to be able to take your family on vacation, if you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, or if you want Christmas to be totally different this year, if you don't want to put things on credit cards and get in debt, or you don't want to bounce checks. I mean, I can remember one Christmas I bounced like 5 checks on Christmas gifts, and I knew I didn't have the money, so I think I went on Christmas Eve and I wrote checks and bought Christmas gifts. So if you want Christmas this year to be different, whatever it is that you really want, and everybody's why, everybody's dream, everybody's goal of living that amazing life is different. My mom is at the campground right now. She loves being out in the wilderness. She loves sitting around a campfire. She loves, just being free to get out and go for a walk. Maybe you want to be on, a 5-star resort in the Caribbean or Italy or Spain or whatever. Whatever your dreams, whatever your goals are, what do you really want? What are you wanting to accomplish more than anything? Maybe it's just pay off debt. Like I said, stop living paycheck to paycheck. To be able to go to Target and buy your kids clothes, buy your kids toys that they want, and not have to think, oh, do I have enough money in my account for that today? So you guys, choose your hard. Like I said, this business isn't easy, but life isn't easy either. So choose your hard. Do you want to work this business every day and, be okay with hearing no a few times, or do you want to live the life that you're living now? So choose your hard, and how much is that worth to you, and what are you going to do to make that happen? And it might not happen in the time that you think it's going to happen, But if you quit, you guys, it's never gonna happen. So thank you guys so much for joining to tonight's presentation. I'm so excited that you were on. I just want you to know that I truly believe in each and every single one of you, and I know that without a doubt, you have this gift within you to do this. You just have to get out of your own way, because I'm going to be real with you. The only thing stopping you is you. So get out of your way, make plans for 2017, start pushing right now, start working your business right now, get laser focused, and go out there and let's make 2017 the best year yet, so we can all celebrate together in New Orleans at Summit. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have a great night.